Dee, 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 dee. Hello folks, hello. Hi. Yeah, you caught me here. I am at the wheel but not making pots. I am making twisted cut-off wires. Twisted cut-off wires. So I thought, well, I will bring you in on it and show you how to make a twisted cut-off wire. I have done a video on this before. These I buy from my local hardware store. These are 3/8 dowel. Okay, so you're going to need some 3/8 dowel, which I then cut to size in using this, and then I use this, which is fishing line, and this is 15 pounds. Just get that in the picture there so you can see. Okay, so what I do, first of all, I cut my dowels to the right size. So then they're going to look something like this. Now, bearing in mind that, so I have large ones and small ones, because they, as you can see, they're different in size, the dowels. So you want to have one that is bigger than the other. Okay. The reason for that is that the bigger one, so it can hang nicely in your tray off the side here, which is where you really want to keep your cut-off wire. Now that's very difficult to keep a cut-off wire neat and tidy on your wheel if you have one of these gangly affairs. Because they don't just sit nicely off the side of your wheel, you know, you have a tendency to fall off, and so people don't know really what to do with them. They leave them over here in front of them, they make a mess, and the toggles are like ginormous. One of these toggles is good for 2 toggles of my type, you see. So yeah, anyway, don't use those kind of cut-off wires on your wheel, because they're a blessed nuisance, to put it mildly. And you know, you've got to do all this business of wrapping them around your fingers because they're too long. What to do that is. So that's why I came up with the idea, well, why don't we make a cut-off wire that is actually the right length immediately, so you haven't got to do all this winding it around your fingers. And I find that for most pot shapes, not every pot shape, now there are some where you're throwing wider with wider bases and you do need a slightly wider or longer wire, but they're roughly 11 to 12 inches. To be honest, they vary just a little bit, some 11.5, some are 12. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is cut your toggles, and I'll tell you what length I cut mine. I have the larger one is about 1 3/4 inches. Okay, and the smaller one is like 1 1/4 inches. Alright, so the larger one 1 3/4 inches, the smaller one 1 1/4 inches. Okay, so the larger one is 1/2 inch longer. Okay, when I've done that, what I then have to do, okay, just going to take the camera over here folks, bear with me. we have to basically, and what I do is I use a grindstone, and I can't really do this holding it with one hand, but what I do is basically grind off the corners here, make them nice and smooth on the ends, you know, nicely rounded off, and then I grind in the middle here a groove for the nylon. Okay, just to show you that quickly, and I've got some of those that I've already prepared here, which I'll show you, just so you know what I'm talking about. Basically, we got to transform them so they look something like that. You see, nicely ground off here with a groove in the middle here for the where the nylon is going to sit. Okay. So, all right. So yeah, I'm in the middle of making a bunch of these. So yeah, I try and keep them. I usually make them in batches of 10 or 15 at a time. So, right. So what we do then is we have to attach the nylon to the larger of the two toggles. All right. So basically, what I do is I take this is an 18-inch rule. All right. I take 36 inches, twice that. Okay. I cut it. Right, so then I cut it, and then I bring the ends together like that, and then I go like that to find the midway point. Okay, so then I take one of the larger toggles and I attach the nylon to now. You're going to find your mouse is kind of handy doing this. Okay, I knot it 2 times so it's tightly wound around the toggle. Knot it 2 times, and then I take a little small piece of clay. Are we in the picture? Are we in the picture? Yeah, well, sort of, aren't we? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this toggle with the nylon attached and place it there, like that. Push the clay so it holds it. All right. Right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hold each piece like this, and we are going to revolve the wheel, whereby we're going to spin the wire up. We're going to rotate it, twist it up. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. I know it's a little bit difficult for you to see this because it's a little bit. Okay, but until I think I've got it to be about the right length that I require. Now what I'm going to do is knot it once and once again. Now I'm going to knot it again, but I'm not going to fully tighten it because I'm going to get one of the smaller toggles, put the smaller toggle in there like that. This is where you need the mouse. Hold it like that, you see. So that's once, twice, okay, that's 3 times I've knotted that. So twice I've knotted it at the end there, and then 3 times more with a small toggle. Hold it taut like that, Okay, what you're going to need is one of these. They're going to use this on a low setting, okay? And what I want you to do is just play the heat up and down. Make sure you don't keep it too long in one point on the low setting. Spin it around and just play that heat up and down the length of the Alright, what that's done is going to tighten up the twist. What is left here on the end, I'm now going to, the extra long ends, just cut them off. And now I'm going to pull it out of there. Just let it unwind a touch, like that. Okay, now the thing about this is you might think, well, the whole thing's just going to unravel. But it doesn't. It doesn't. It keeps itself. Don't ask me how, it's a mystery. Oh, it's starting to snow. Okay, what I do is then with the longer toggle, put some red permanent marker on the ends. That's to remind people that that is the end. That is the end that's going to hang on the inside of your tray. Okay? And there you have it. How to make your own twisted cut-off wire. The nice thing about these, they're nylon, so the nylon generally doesn't break like metal and fray, and then you get like a sharp bits that stick in your finger. It doesn't do that. Occasionally they will break, yes. If you're too forceful with them, they can break. But generally, you know, I have them lasting a long time. I don't think I personally have ever broken one by using it, but occasionally people have written to me and say, hey, what's happened to my wire? My cut-off wire broke, and how do I repair it, and all the rest of it. And I just send them another one, you know. It's not worth the hassle, is it? Just send another. Alright, so here we are, spinning them up to about there. Now we knot it twice. Once. Twice, and now a third time. But we don't close them. Don't close the knot to allow you to get the smaller toggle in. And then I knot it another 3 times after that. Once, twice, 3 times. Okay. These extra ends here, after about 1 inch, I cut off the remainder. Okay, hot air gun on low setting. Play this up and down with the wheel spinning round a bit more. Now just release this end here. Let it just unspin a little bit. It unspins a little, but not all the way. And it'll take my permanent marker. Like that. And that's how you make a twisted cut-off wire. Well, you might say, well, Simon, why do we bother? Why do you have a twisted cut-off wire? Why don't you just use one strand? Well, the thing about a twisted cut-off wire is, maybe I can just demonstrate on this here. So you want to cut off when your pot is going round slowly, and you take the wire and you go through like that, and it will cut off and give you. Not only will it give you a nice pattern like that, but what it does is, as it slices through, it lifts the clay pot up off the wheel, it lifts it up off the wheel, but then when the clay comes down again, it doesn't sit back exactly in the grooves. So what it does, it traps air underneath the pot, which makes the pot really dead easy to then lift off the wheel. So there's two things. One is it's decorative in a kind of nice way, and the other is it's practical, because it enables you to lift your pot off the wheel. Now some people have difficulty lifting their pots off the wheel. But if you adopt the method I try to teach you, which is keep your hands clean, use a throwing stick to get the slurry off the side of the pot, and use a twisted cut-off wire, you will find it really will revolutionize your cutting your pots off. So yeah, have a go at that. Have a go at making a twisted cut-off wire, and yeah, put your comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Meanwhile, keep practicing. I'll see you around town. Bye bye now.